program contains views that are not those of WVTC, iNetworks Communications, their subsidiaries, affiliates, or financial supporters.
Go to your Apple or Google Play Store and download the WVTC Gospel Radio app today. You can also say, Alexa, play WVTC Radio Skills.
Would you like to play WVTC Radio Network?
Absolutely. Download it today.
It's time to introduce you to TYME, TYME, the guy who is unique and multi-talented and confident. The mission, to satisfy clients and give them the best service possible. TYME is a person who gives 100% and is always laser focused. It's from motivational speaking, acting, modeling clothes, fitness coach, a live radio show talking about living a healthy lifestyle for life. TYME is also an author, and not to mention an ordained deacon. TYME is also a businessman that sells furs, minks, and leather coats. TYME is a role model for the world. His biggest talent? Giving. Giving is an art, and TYME is a charity called Cheerful Giver. God loves a cheerful giver, which by now you have figured out that TYME is very creative and loves working with his toolbox, aka his mind. If you need TYME's services, contact 773-458-5084 or email thebody1 at yahoo.com. TYME. It's time.
Good morning. Welcome to Your Health is Your Wealth. I'm your host, TYME. Hey, big props out to Winning Victory Through Christ for allowing me this platform so I can try to reach the world. My purpose is to get 1 billion people to live healthy. What did y'all do last week? Did y'all try? Did y'all tell more people to tune in to the show? I got great response the first week. Keep it going. Let everybody know, church members, your job, your little clique, your boo. Let everybody know this is life-changing program. Hey, talk about me for 1 second. I had a long week. I was on the movie set 4 days last week. And remember, I always talk about you got to get out your comfort zone. You got to leave where it's familiar at. Just like God told Abraham, leave your spot. Because he was hanging around his father. He was actually hanging around being a bum. He was 83 years old when God told Abraham to leave. So, hey, last week, my day started at like 1:30. I'm at the gym at 2 a.m., workout to around 3:30, back home, jump in the sauna, rest my eyes for a minute, get up, shower on the set until like 8-9 hours. That was my whole week. Remember I was talking about when you committed to something, it don't make no difference your circumstances. You got to make it happen, you know. And I'm familiar. I'm on the set, half sleep, but I had to make it happen. I had my workout, my exercise. That's my life. That comes before anything besides God. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. Exercising. We're gonna talk about the second gospel. That's God's gospel. Exercising and eating healthy is your second gospel. It should be. You need to make that your second gospel. So what happened is I pushed through it, and luckily we didn't do that much overtime last week, which I'm glad. But you hear most people, I want to stick a fag in this for a minute, about money. Most people on the set, the crew members, and most other people, they like, oh, we need overtime. People don't realize the more you work overtime, the more taxes they take out. See, we don't really know too much about money because we want to talk about money. School didn't teach us about money. It just taught you to go to school, get a job, work, borrow, and that's it, and be in debt the rest of your life, like most stuff is. So we need to take a education about finance. See, financing is just like lifting weights for your body. You need to know finance because they take so much taxes out. That's why I always been an entrepreneur all my life because I don't dig the tax piece. This the order. It's two orders. When you work, they take taxes out and give you what's left. But when you own your business in a corporation, you work, you spend, then you pay taxes. That's why the government ain't too, keen about people who own their own business. Because you spend everything and what's left, you pay them. They don't like that. They love 9-to-5 junkies. Because they take all their money out and then they give you what's left. People always talk about the growth. No, it ain't the growth. It's what's after the growth. It's the net. The growth look one number. Y'all need to get my book. I talked about that in my book, Reinventing Your Mind at Any Age. It's like, I tell people all the time, it's nothing but numbers. The growth ain't nothing but a number. You look at your check at first, you see that growth, you get happy. But you look to the right at the bottom, you see that net, you start crying really inside. It's just like with these little checks I'm getting now. I'm like, man, this ain't worth it, but I'm in it for a different purpose. I'm in it to network, and I'm in it to get out other opportunities. So I'm in it for the purpose. Other than that, I wouldn't be doing this because they take too many taxes out. Then so I be like, it's hard for people to survive with all these taxes they take out. So that's why I'm going to continue to encourage you to get you a business, a side hustle. I'm not saying quit your job now, but as time go on, you will make that transition. I'm telling you, you will make that transition because you're going to get tired of them like raking you. They take all the money out and give you what's left. So you got to survive on that. It's tripped out. Inflation's up, but your paycheck ain't up. That don't add up. So in the coming weeks, we're gonna talk about money. I'm a financial advisor too to a few people. And one thing about being a financial advisor is just like being a fitness coach. When you tell people to do something, they do the opposite. I'm like, so what you gonna pay me for? Because what's happening is what I'm telling them to do is unfamiliar. What I just talking about. So it's hard to do something that you ain't been doing and to do something that you've been doing 30, 40, 50 years. And like I was saying, we weren't never taught that in school. Like when I was in school, all we was taught is like we had an accounting class. They taught us about debit and credit, how to balance a checkbook, but they ain't teach us about how to get out here and save our money, how to invest our money. We have a hard time saving and investing. We like to spend everything we get. So we're gonna talk about that. But back to what I was saying about to me, the second gospel. That's living a healthy lifestyle. Most of us, we ignore that. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear the second gospel. We go with the first gospel. Hey, I'm cool with that too. But it's also a second gospel, in my opinion. It's living healthy, because if you ain't living healthy, trust me, you cannot receive the first gospel to the most ability. Because you can't. If you ain't healthy, you ain't feeling well. You can't receive it. You can't do the work. You can't do your purpose if you ain't in good shape. You can't live your best life. For some reason, like I always say, one of my pet peeves is we think we got 3-4 bodies in the closet. So time one break down, we think we unzip this body, go in the closet, and get a fresh, healthy body. Bomb. I hate to be the carrier of bad news. It don't go like that. So we got to take care of our only vehicle. We ain't got but one vehicle. God only gave us one shot. One shot, So we got to take care of this. Because we don't take care of this body, it's going to be game over. How many times have you heard, or how many people have you known went to the grave really way before their time? Like my mother, didn't live healthy, got a symptom, didn't take care of it, and then it just grew. And then we looked up one day. This is one day she was on dialysis. I mean, that had to be a tough pill to swallow. One day she thinks she's normal. Then I get this phone call. Then I have to relay the phone call to her to get to the hospital. And then the next day, she had to take dialysis. I mean, so I want to speak this to you all to get healthy, and whatever you suffering with, it can get better. See, I always got a plan. I throw it out that you're gonna do this will happen, but I always got a but. It can change. It can change today. It can change on the dot. Like I always say, you can't change your situation overnight, but you can change your direction. That means you can start doing different overnight. It is a process. It ain't a sprint. It's a marathon. You're going to get on. You're going to fall off. You're going to get on. You're going to fall off. But at least you are trying. It's one of these times you're going to get on and you're going to stay on. And the thing about it, each time you get back on, you will stay on a little longer. I'm telling you, we need this. We need to live healthy. We need to stop making these Medicaid, Medicare people and pharmacists rich. I mean, billionaires by always depending on pills. We got to stop depending on pills. We got to get off of that. We have to get off this program. I understand our mamas, our grandmamas, they was on pills. But we don't have to be on pills. And if you are on pills, you can work your way off the pills. But you have to try. We got to stop choosing hot wings and chocolate cake over pills, over good health. Our health depends on this. No, our life depends on this. We must stop digging our graves with our teeth. That's what we're doing every day. We so programmed, and they just time you go to the doctor, they just fill you up with all these pills. They ain't got no problem writing you a prescription. Now I have to say, some of them do try to give us a chance. Some of them say, hey, you need to stop doing this and start eating healthy. And then we'll go home and we'll proclaim in the name of Jesus. And then 2 days later, we driving the Ford. First 2 days, we driving the Bugatti, right? We doing it. We texting everybody. We sending out group text. We on Facebook posting, our apple and salad. Well, but in the background, we got a Diet Coke over there. So, but we is trying. We listen. We listen. Why do people do that? Why do people do that though? People they'll pull that Diet Coke on you in a minute. They will pull that Diet Coke on you in a minute. They have that triple cheeseburger, that large order of fries, and then you look over to the left. It's a Diet Coke. It's always a Coke too. Is that the only diet? Pop is a Coke? It's always a Coke. But But we gotta get serious. I like depends on this. I'm laughing, but I'm really crying inside. I'm really hurting inside because I see it all the time. It really hurts me, and it double hurts me when I see the little kids like that. The little kids don't want to eat healthy. They don't want no water. They can't say nothing else. They can say juice. If they can't say another word, they can say juice. So we have to stop this. We have to deprogram them. But first, we got to deprogram ourselves, before we deprogram the kids, But it takes effort, We got to tell ourselves, this time in 90 days, I'm not going to be on the medication. Or tell yourself, I'm gonna be taking half the doses of the medication. And you see, once you say something, you got to hold yourself to a higher standard to make it work. See, we don't hold ourselves to a higher standard enough. It's just like I was saying earlier about last week, and I got another long week. I had to get up because, listen, I'm exercising. If I can't exercise, I ain't going to the set. That's secondary. Exercise, that's my life. That's first. If I couldn't exercise, I ain't going to the set. Forget that little money. They taking all them taxes out anyway. So listen. One thing about me, I play the long-term game. I'm not an instant gratification person, because I play the long game. I play in the future. I don't play in the moment, especially when it comes to your health. You got to put the work in so you'll be here in the future. If you don't live healthy, hey, you ain't gonna be here in the future. I'm just telling the truth. Don't stone me, don't cut me off. It's just the truth. Hey, you ain't gonna be here if you don't live healthy. Our future is bright. So we want to be here. We want to be a role model for our family, for our kids, for our grandkids, just for our clique. You got to start somewhere. Let me tell you something. If you ain't living healthy, it ain't too many people in your clique living healthy. Because see, what happened is you're a product of your environment. So because if you ain't living healthy, all of y'all going out eating donuts and hot wings and ham hocks, hey, that's just how that go. You ain't too much hanging with people that's living healthy. But once you get over here on this side where I'm at, where it's very few, it's a lot of room. Once you start living healthy, you're gonna start getting opportunities. You're gonna start having options. That's just how that go. I can't explain it, but that's how it go. You get an email, you get a phone call. You're going to start saying, I'm going to work on my business. I've been wanting to do this since I was 18. And I'm 38. But I'm going to start working on it. I don't care. You can be 60. You can be 63 like I'll be in a couple of weeks. Hey, it can be done. It's never too late to be what you always want to be. I'm just not getting started at 63. I don't have numerous of business. That's in the past. I'm just not getting started. So you can do it too at any age. I have heard of people starting businesses like at 72, 73 years old, starting businesses and doing good. So you can do it too. We have to stop doubting ourselves. See, we doubt ourselves. One thing about us, we give up in our mind way before we give up in our mind. We just have to put it together so it can kind of make sense to ourselves, so we can think it makes sense to someone else. We been on gave up, but that's just how that goes. But we got to stop that. We got to stop the self-doubt. We got to start getting more courage. It's okay to borrow someone else's courage until you get strong enough to have your own courage. It's okay. It's okay to borrow someone else's discipline. That's what I'm here for, to help you with your discipline, to help you change your mindset to eating healthy. Because Because I know I ain't got to try to do nothing else. If I can get you to exercise, eating healthy, you're gonna change on your own. It's just like that's the same thing happened to me when I was in prison. When I started going to church and listening to the word of God, I ain't need nothing else because the word of God, it didn't throw no spell on me, it didn't throw a gallon of oil on me. It just changed my thinking. So once my thinking changed, my habits changed. See, you are your habits. You ain't nothing else. When nobody tell you, you are your habit. You are where you at this moment because of your habits. You know, good habits, good life. Bad habit, bad life. That's just how that goes. You only go two ways. You can live a life of discipline, and you can live a life of regret. And that's just how that goes. You ain't nothing but your habits. Where you at today, what I just got through saying, it's a byproduct of your habits. You know, your habits leads to your actions. Whatever kind of habits you got those. That's your actions. You reflect on your habits. So we need to get this thing together, and we need to listen to this program every week. Every week, I'm gonna keep saying that. Tell people you know. This is a good educational program, encouraging program. You know, I may step on your toes. I'm not apologizing, but I need you to think about it. You know, whenever someone says something that you really don't like, you do think about it if you don't act on it. You know, if you tell the truth, you may say, they was right. But we'll never admit it, though. But you will say to yourself, I think they was right. But this what this program is for. It's to help you. You know, because I know the importance of living healthy. You know the importance of it too, but you just need a nudge. You know, and that's what I'm here for, to nudge you. So I need you to tell everybody you know, but to tune in Saturdays at 9:30. You know, and they would come out with a different mindset. That it may not happen. It's not going to happen on the first show. You know, I was just talking to one of the owners a few seconds ago before I came on air, and we was talking about that. But you got to hear this. You got to hear it 2-3 times. You 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. Then maybe the 10th time you may grab that green apple. I didn't say yellow or red. I said the green apple. You may grab the green apple. You know, you may walk by you may go on Target and get a pair of tennis shoes. You may not put them on right away, but you keep on listening to the program, all of a sudden you got your tennis shoes on. You may not even go out in them, but you got them on. See what I'm saying? It's a process. You know, it takes time. If something you ain't been doing in a long time, something's not familiar. I was talking to one of the owners about that. When stuff ain't familiar to us, we flee from it. We reject it. You know, it don't make sense. No, it don't make sense because it's not familiar. But if I tell you we going out and get some Babas, and get some Burger King, see, that's familiar. Yeah, what time? See, that's familiar. But if I tell you, hey, meet me at the gym, that's not familiar. See, soon people say, and another thing, I found out when people say I try, that means they ain't gonna do it. People, they'll tell you in a minute, I tried, that means they're not gonna come. That means they're not gonna do it, That's not familiar. But like I say, if we can go to Baba, we go to her with that extra mild sauce. Oh, how had that hot chicken with that extra mild sauce? Oh, yes, I used to eat that. I still will sometime now. That catfish, but if I tell you that, it's familiar. So we gravitate to familiar. We don't like uncomfortable things, but growth happen in the uncomfortable. Growth happen in the unknown. You don't grow when you're sitting in front of the TV scrolling to Facebook all day. You don't grow like that. You don't grow when you're on TikTok. You don't grow if you ain't grabbing no book and you ain't reading nothing. You don't grow. You don't grow when you're comfortable. You don't grow when everything's okay. You only grow when you fail at something or when things ain't going right. when you gotta fight all week for something, that's when the growing takes place. But we wanna say that's pain. That I don't like that. That's the devil. No, it ain't. The devil is when you're sitting down on the Facebook eating chocolate. With a 12-ounce can of pop with 12 teaspoons of sugar. Now, let me stick a feather in that for a minute. We have to realize. I'm gonna talk about that every week. I'm telling y'all tired of it. Because when you drink that pop, if you say 12 ounces, 18, 24, I don't even know, because I ain't had pop in like 12, 13 years. So I really don't know. I just see how big they look. And that, So whatever it is, for every ounce, it's a teaspoon of sugar. So one day I'm gonna bring a bag of sugar. Yeah, I'm gonna bring a teaspoon. I'm gonna bring a glass, and I'm gonna show you how 20 ounces of pop, how much sugar. Even 12 ounces of pop. Now the can is this big, but it's about that much sugar in it. And so, could you imagine what's that doing to your organs? Could you imagine what that's doing to your kidneys? And some people drink it 3, 4, 5 cans a day. When I be on the set, I see some people, because you get one thing, they feed you all that unhealthy stuff, but whatever. But people pop those pops all day. Pop, 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 all day. And I just be like, wow, you know what I'm saying? And that's working on your kidneys all day, every day, all day, every day. Year in, year out. That's working on your organs, And that's why we have to get off the medication as soon as possible. But we're not gonna get off the medication if we don't start living healthy. It also hurt my heart when I hear people saying they just stop their medication. I'm gonna have faith. It's nice to have faith. I said, but you need to take your medication. You know what I'm saying? It's nice to, yes. I heard people stop their medication and had a heart attack and had a stroke. I knew a guy one time years ago. He stopped his high blood pressure pills, and he had a stroke. He was blind on one eye, but you just can't. If the doctor don't tell you to stop, you know what I'm saying? But you can stop if you start living healthy. If you start now, next time you go to that doctor's appointment, they're gonna be like, take the blood work. The numbers going down. Mr. Jones, you're doing something good. Yeah, keep it up. And next time you go, they gonna lower your dose. Then before you know it, you ain't gonna be taking them no more. You'll be like, wow. I know people been taking blood pressure pills for like 20, 30 years. I heard an instance, and some people take 2, 3 different blood pressure pills. I don't believe that. Now that's hard to believe. 3 blood pressure pills a day. That's kind of hard to believe, But all that can stop. Diabetes, You don't want to get to the point where they start cutting your limbs off. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that, But you keep on eating bad. It's gonna happen. Don't think it ain't gonna happen. One thing about us, we always think it'll happen to the other person. We never think it happened to us. We never. Mr. Lewis down there, he had a stroke. See, he ain't eating right. But you eating on triple cheeseburger and you talking about Mr. Lewis. But it ain't gonna happen to you. Oh yes, it will. It will. One thing about anything, it will slow walk you down. It's just like karma. Like if you do something to someone, it'll get you back. I remember when I first got released, I never told this story. When I first got released from prison, right? And I got home, and I'm like, God, hey man, because I know karma. What you throw out there, you get it back. I said, God, hey man, I know I did some bad things, like he don't know what I did, right? I'm saying, I did some bad things, and I sold drugs to people, I messed up people's lives, and could you go kind of easy on me? I know I got to get some of this karma, but could you give me a break? Because I don't be rehabilitating myself. I gave God the whole script. Anyway, it wasn't so bad. But karma do happen to people. Hey, look, I don't know where my time got to go. I think next month I'm going to give me another day. But I got to go. I got to go. Hey, remember, tell everybody about the show. I need everybody to tune into the show. Give me a text if you need my help. 773-458-5084. Remember, God markets his kingdom through us, so we have to be healthy so God can send us global. God needs to take us off of local and send us global. See you next week. Peace out.
Go to your Apple or Google Play Store and download the WVTC Gospel Radio app today. You can also say, Alexa, play WVTC Radio Skills.
Would you like to play WVTC Radio Network?
Absolutely. Download.
Views made on the preceding program are not those of WVTC Radio, iNetworks Communications, or their financial supporters.
Winning victory through Christ. WVTC Allsip Chicago.